Hi, my name is Ashley White. I'm with Viva Vinyasa Yoga. Thanks for joining me today for this 20-minute all-level slow flow practice. Feel free, grab any props that you would like. I have a blanket, a strap, and 2 blocks. We're going to be focusing a lot today into the shoulders as well as into the hips, really opening up that fascia. So go ahead, let's get started. If you have that blanket, you're going to place it at the middle of the mat. And then allow the knees to come on top of that blanket. Knees wide, toes come together, hips back. Reach your fingertips towards the front of the mat, child's pose. And then just settling in with the breath here. Inhale in, exhale out. One more just like this. Big breath in and big breath out. Take your hands and walk them over to your left. Option to stack right palm on top of left. Allow the head to stay down. Keep the hips back. And then half moon the hands all the way over to your right side. Same thing. Left palm perhaps on top of the right, hips coming back. And then transition back through center. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. We come forward into a tabletop. Shoulders in line with the wrist, knees in line with the hips. We're going to move through some cat-cows. Inhale as you look up, drop the belly. Exhale, it's navel to spine. Same thing. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, and we round. Last one here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, look back at the thighs. And then finding that neutral spine, you're going to take your right leg, extend it back behind you, tuck the toes and press back through that right heel. You're going to find your Achilles. And then weight shifts forward, lifting the right leg up. It's a full breath in. On the exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, round the spine, curl it in. One more time, inhale, reach. Curl that knee in and hold it. Press the mat away, draw the shoulder blades apart. And then extend the leg back behind you, cross it over to the left, tuck the toes, press through the heel, walk the hands to the left. Think down dog shape of the arms, so chest press back, look at that left thigh. And then transition the hands through center first, keep the core engaged, and then lift the right leg, and then we place it down. We just switch sides, take your left leg, extend it back behind you, tuck the toes, press through that heel. And then weight shifting forward so that left leg lifts. Inhale in, exhale knee to nose. Inhale to reach that leg out. Exhale to roll it in. One more time, reach it long. And then round the spine, curl it in. Can you press the mat away, knee in a little closer? And then sweep left leg long behind you. Tuck the toes over to the right side this time. Walk the hands to the right on the diagonal. Can you press your chest back towards your right thigh? And then come back there, center with the palms. Draw the navel in, lift the left leg up, and then we place it down. You're going to slowly sit back onto your ankles, and then bring your hands over to that right side so you can drop the hips over to the right. And then find yourself seated off of your blanket. We're going to roll it up, and we're going to move it out of the way. Placing it over to the side of the mat if you were utilizing that. We'll come back through center. Palms come to the top of the mat. We're going to meet at downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Working to hide the ankles here. Can you press the tailbone up, press your chest back? And then maybe you start to just bring a little bit of movement, right? If you're like me, your hamstrings stay pretty tight. So just swaying from side to side, bend one knee and then the other. Just feel out that space. And then finding stillness, press it back. And then we're going to take a stroll all the way to the top of the mat, nice and slow, forward fold. Little bend through the knees, interlace the fingers in the creases of the arms, and allow the head to hang heavy. You could stay still here, or find a little bit of movement, swaying from side to side, opening up through that lower back. And then when you're ready, work your way through center if you did find that movement. Hands come down to the mat. It's a deep bend of the knees, travel all the way up to stand, head lifting last, Tadasana. Palms face forward, and then we close the eyes. And then fluttering the eyes open, sweep the hands up towards the sky. On the exhale, we lean halfway forward, arms out into a T. Take the hands and reach them back behind you. Interlace the fingers, try to get the palms to touch. And then dropping the chest down. Keep that nice little bend through the knees. See if you can shift a little bit of weight forward. And then we're going to bend the right knee, start to roll left shoulder blade open. And then the same over to the opposite. Bend the left knee, rolling over to the right side. And then come back through center. Hands come to the mat. Halfway lift, hands to the shin, flat back. Palm the mat, tent the fingers, right leg stays forward, left leg steps back. Drop down to the back knee, untuck the toes, and then we reach the hands up towards the sky. Low crescent. Option, maybe you utilize that blanket on that back knee here. That was perfectly fine. And then right hand holds the left wrist, extend, and then hinge over to the right side. Can you roll left shoulder blade back here? And then come back through center, release the bend if you have it. Palms come to the mat. You're going to start to straighten out the front leg, lift the toes. Here's that hamstring. Full breath in to find some length. Exhale as we fold and release. And then bending into the right leg. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, palm the mat or tent the fingers. We're just going to send it back, downward facing dog. All right, just check in with the body. How does that feel? Maybe a little different. And then same thing as before, a nice slow walk all the way, top of the mat. Forward fold. Little bend through the knees. You can interlace the fingers in the creases of the arms, sway, or just find that stillness. Last few. And then release the bind. If you have that deep bend in the knees, come all the way up to stand. Keeping the hands, you're going to turn the fingers in towards you. So palms face you, tuck the chin to the chest, and then roll the chin over to the right side. Right hand rests on the back left side of the head. Find some extension through left fingertips. You're opening up through the side of your neck. And then nice and slow we release, chin to chest, same thing over to the opposite side. Left hand resting on the back edge, just find that extension. See if you can drop the right shoulder blade down. And then release left hand, chin to chest, drawing the gaze at neutral. Inhale, hands come up high. Exhale as we fold halfway, arms out into a T. Take the opposite thumb on top, if you can remember, get that opposite lace, and then we fold. Chest lowers. Ooh. You're going to bend the left knee, roll the right shoulder blade open. That's your IT band. And then we'll switch over to the opposite. Bend the right knee, open up that left shoulder up to the sky, maybe gaze up. And then come back through center. Palm the mat. It's a halfway lift, hands to the shins. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tent the fingers or palm. Step that right foot back. We're going to lower down to the back knee, untuck the toes. It's low crescent. Reach the hands up. Front knee, ideally in line with that ankle here. Get a nice tuck of the tailbone under. And then holding on to the right wrist this time. If you took that bind, we extend over to the left. And then traveling back through center. Palm the mat. You're going to start to straighten out that left leg, toes up towards the sky, and we fold, chest lowers. And then bending into this front knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Hands come to the top of the mat. We're going to step it back. You're back at downward facing dog. Taking that right leg, reach it up. Bend the knee, stack and open. Option to make some movement here into that right ankle. Maybe make some circles in one direction and then the other. And then when you're ready, perhaps dropping the left knee down to the mat and stepping the right foot forward, or just lunge that right leg forward. Wherever your back knee is lifted, we're going to rise through high crescent. Extend the hands up towards the sky. And then holding on to the left wrist, it's extension, hinge over to the right side. And then come back through center. It's warrior two as we open. Settle yourself here. Hips nice and low. Front knee in line with the ankle. Arms nice and open in that T shape. Peaceful warrior. Left hand to the back leg, right hand reaching up and over. To modified side angle. Elbow to thigh. Right palm is up. Reach your left hand up and over your ear. And then left hand comes to the inside of the foot, lift your back heel. We twist, right hand up nice and high. Working on that right shoulder, see if you can find some expansion. Maybe pull that arm back slightly. And then travel the right palm down to the mat. We step it back, downward facing dog. Taking that left leg lifted up towards the sky, same thing as before. Bend the knee, stack and open. Can you press the right heel down, making some circles through that left ankle? And then switch the direction. And then working through stillness, same as before. Maybe you just lunge that left leg forward. Maybe you drop to the back knee and then place left leg forward. We rise up, high crescent. Holding onto the right wrist, extend over to the left, open. You're going to feel that nice hip flexor. Breathe, breathe. And then come back through center. It's warrior two. Open up the hips. Look at the back arm. It has a tendency to go off in its own direction here. Really bring the fingertips in line with the shoulder blade. Peaceful warrior, extension back, open up. To side angle. Elbow to thigh, palm up, reach your right fingertips up and over the ear. And then both hands inside of the foot, lift your back heel, we twist, right hand down, left hand reaching up towards the sky. Same as before, maybe you roll left shoulder blade back, find a little bit more opening. And then left palm outside of the foot, step it back, downward facing dog. And then we're going to lower down to the knees for a moment. Untuck the toes. Sit back onto the heels, palms on top of the thighs. Inhale in, exhale out, just close the eyes. Inhale in, exhale out. Last one, if you need that blanket, by all means, utilize that here. And then we're going to sit onto our glutes. Swing the legs out in front of you. Toes are going to face forward. You're going to make sure the hips are to the middle of the mat. Bring your fingertips back behind you. They'll face forward. Take your legs to a 3/4 bend. You're going to lift the hips up and then place the hips towards your heels. Rock back into the shoulders. It's going to be a pretty intense one. You can bring a little bit of weight over to the right, a little over to the left. Notice which shoulder may be a little more tight, but just keep that core nice and engaged. And then press firmly through the palms. You're going to lift the hips up and bring them halfway back. Take the bottom of the feet and bring them together. You're going to sit up, hold onto the feet and slide them in towards the body. Sit up nice and straight and then we fold. Now, if your tailbone lifts up quite significantly here, don't come down as low. Also, if you notice that this puts a lot of pressure in your lower back, you can definitely utilize that blanket here. Sit on that. It's going to give a little bit of relief there. Think about the chest pulling forward. Relax the shoulder blades down. And then when you're ready, come back up through center. Keep your left leg as it is. Extend the right leg out long. Option to grab a hold of that strap here. Placing the strap on the bottom of the foot. Finding some length, and on the exhale, we fold forward. We really want to keep the shoulders relaxed down here. If you do not need to utilize that strap, just let the chest drape down. Let the head relax forward. And then slowly come back up. We just switch sides. Left leg comes forward, right foot comes to the inside of that leg. Feel free, perhaps utilizing that strap here. Place it on the bottom of the foot. Find a length in, and then through the exhale, let the chest drape down. Without any expectations of what this side should look like, it could be completely different than the other side. You may find you do or do not need a strap here on this side. Just think about the chest relaxing, empty the mind. And then slowly make your way back up. Moving any props out of the way that you did utilize. You're going to swing the hips just slightly to the left and remove that blanket if you did have that. Hips are at the middle of the mat, bend into the legs. You're going to hold onto the back of the thighs, sit up nice and straight, and on the exhale, slowly lean back. Let the toes come in with you as you make your way onto your spine. Taking the right leg, stack it on top of the left, flex the foot. Option to hold on to the back of the left thigh as we encourage it in. Or option, if you have a little bit more space in the hips, hold on to the top of that left shin. What you don't want here, right, is the shoulders lifting. We have all this tension in the body. Try to eliminate that. Just breathe here. Right elbow can encourage that right thigh down. We're going to stay for 3 more breaths. And then releasing that, engaging through the legs. We're just going to switch sides. Left leg stacks on top. Make sure that left foot is flexed, encouraging it in towards you. You can hold on to the back of the thigh, perhaps the shin. Get that nice stretch as we draw it in. And the chin has a tendency to want to lift up here. Can you just find that neutral position? And last 3. And that's done. And then release it. Take your left knee and meet it to the right. Hold on to the legs. Just curl them in nice and close. Maybe wrap the arms around them. And then you're going to drop the knees over to the left side. Arms out in T as you gaze over that right shoulder. Left hand perhaps on the top of that right thigh, encouraging it down. And then draw the legs in through center. Same thing over to the opposite side. Drop the knees over towards the right as we look off to the left. And then come back through center. Take the right leg, extend it out long. Take the left leg, extend it out long. Hands reach up and over the head. Find that full body stretch. Take the arms and reach them over towards that right side. You're going to hold on to the left wrist, find some extension. Walk the feet over to the right side of the mat. Stack your left ankle on top. So you should get nice side body stretch, even opening up through that left arm. And then walk the feet over towards the left side. You're going to stack the right ankle on top of the left. Hold on to the right wrist. Extend as you walk the shoulders over towards that left side. Think about the right shoulder just relaxing down. And then come back through center. Taking the hands and rest them down by the sides, palms face up. Close the eyes. Allow the feet to separate and open. We'll take one final breath here. Big breath in. And then exhale, sigh it out. Just finding a moment of peace, a moment of quiet here. And then very gently start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, allow some movement back into the body. And we're going to transition over onto our side, drawing the knees in, rolling over, allowing the arm to suit as that little pillow here. And then pressing into the mat. We're going to come all the way up to a seated position. Bringing the hands to prayer at heart center, bowing your head towards your hands. Just finding some gratitude here for just this moment that we have in our practice to give back to our body. And with that gratitude in heart, hands come to third eye center. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you in a class very soon.